Afternoon everybody. It's mid-October. I've got the afternoon off from work. Thought I'd have a wander down and do a little session down at Clanny. I keep eyeballing a peg that nobody's fished. It's peg 70. So numbers have changed. If this used to be, I'm going to say this is old peg 63 that you're looking at now, where we got the old bream hole out in front and everybody wants to fish here when there's a bit of colour in the water. But I really fancy, they have got a peg number on there, peg 70. Nobody's fished it, I don't think. If they have, they ain't fished it for long, because it's right out in them weeds there. But that bush, I keep looking at it and I'm thinking that looks appetizing for a few chub, and especially that bank. It just looks good. I just wish the water was moving a little bit. Actually, it's not moving hardly. It's, yeah, very little. Although it looks a bit overcast, I don't think we're going to have much rain. So I was wondering, got my trainers on at the minute, but I've got a decent platform nowadays. I was going to take it out there and try and get in over there, give 3 or 4 hours. I've only got worm and caster today, dendrobinas. So I was going to give it 3 or 4 hours over that. I've got to be back at 5. It's about midday now. So that's what I was going to do, and I might do it. I'm in the zone. We fished a match down here on Saturday. Absolutely useless. I think Frank Humphreys won it with £4.5 or something like that, in round near the blockhouse in the 80s there, or 70s now. I'm losing my numbers. It would have been, yeah, it would have been in the 80s. Yeah, I suppose I could have caught £3 or £4 myself for gudgeon, but I didn't want to. I got the taste for them bigger fish, and I wanted to catch something decent. Unfortunately, the cold water, the rain had come in on, it was on a Sunday obviously, so the cold water coming on the Saturday and gradually crept in there, and the water was crystal clear, or got crystal clear anyway, and cold, and it's just, Clanfield does not fish well on them days. I can tell you, you can sit there without a bloody bite quite easily, and a lot of them did, you know, a couple of pound here and there. I think £2.8 was the biggest weight in the top field. I didn't weigh in. I think I weighed, Terry Winter had £4.2 in the tunnel. We was well spread apart, I can tell you. Brian Ballard was on old peg 53 on the bend there. He had £4. Yeah, it was poor. Ali did bring his friend down, Craig, mind. He did have a barbel off of peg 10, which there should be a video about probably before you've watched this, to be honest with you. So we shall see. Another reason I wanted to come down today is I wanted to test out this GoPro, to be honest with you. So if there's a stupid black line around the screen, you'll know I ain't got the resolution set right on it. It's just a cheap one I bought, but I do like to test them out before I send them off to Ali, just make sure they work all right, because there's usually something wrong. So I do apologise if you're watching this in a slightly smaller screen. I don't know. As I say, we shall see. I'm going to get me waders on and get me platform over there and go and have a look. We might not catch a fish. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Sunday, Radcote did fish well. So it's funny how the two rivers change. They literally butt up to each other. But as I say, Radcote will fish well when often Clanfield does not. And yeah, never really know the reason for that, but don't lose faith in Clanfield is what I'm saying. There's nobody down here today. This is a Wednesday. No one's down here. Always a bit dodgy. I only got my Wellingtons on. Always a bit dodgy doing this. How close am I going to get without going under? What am I going to do? I really want to get a bit closer than that. I'm never gonna. Is this a stupid idea or what? Don't know. Keep going out. Can't be that deep. Should I put my waders on? This is mental again. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get out there in a pole anyway. I'm not too bad. Whether it'd be better just to put the stick, I don't know. I really want to put a bait dropper and that sort of stuff in. We shall see. Well, I wouldn't say it's the most sturdiest platform as he goes under, but in fact it's not sturdy at all. Got some extra long legs for this platform. I'm going to get them on, I think, just to make sure that I'm sturdy. So these, this is an old, I'm going to say Penrose or something like that maybe, platform which I bought off Bruce Murto. And they come with a long set of legs, which look like they're about 1200 or 1.2 meters. They're really designed for the canal. So you'd have a long set at the front and short set at the back. So we'll see how that goes. If they hit the bottom. As I say, I don't want to go arse over tit. Whoop. Get them on and set them a bit deeper. I did lose a load of gear at the weekend on peg, well, the new peg 47. That bank collapsed. I was using a similar thing on that peg 47 and the bank collapsed and I lost a load of gear. And I wouldn't say it ruined the day for me, but it certainly didn't. Is that going to be anywhere near the bottom? I don't know how far it goes away under here. That's okay. That's just about safe enough, I think. Okay, there we are. It's under the water, but my box is out. Oh yeah, that will take it above it, I think. Anyway, the GoPro freezes. That's probably why it's so cheap. Anyway, we'll keep going. I've got out here. I don't know how much of that last bit you've got. Probably why it's never fished hardly is because I am literally welly high now. I'm on the platform. Make it interesting. Bloody hell! Nearly fell in ass over there. Caught me bloody welly on the box. Nearly went straight in. Anyway, I didn't. Flipping half. Look where I am. What an idiot. But I ain't going to do this too often. Let me straighten that box up. I ain't going to do this too often. Because, yeah, I'm not going to. Let's see if we can just level that box down a little bit. It looks a little bit on the skew. Yeah. Yeah, let me not go bloody ass over tit, be handy. Anyway, it's good to be here. Probably looks like I should put the waggler out maybe. Pop that in. I don't know. Let's try the pole first of all. It looks to be about 14 meters over there maybe. I can do that, I think. Man of my skill level. Well, if you're interested, that's 9 foot in front of that tree. So, in fact, a little bit more than that. I've only just got enough, probably 10 foot under that tree. We flicked a few casters over there. I'm just gonna, before I dump a load in, I'm just gonna run a worm through there just to see what the lay of the land is over there. I might even put a caster on there. So I've only got caster and worms today. So I'll put a couple of caster through just to see if there's anything happening. Might not even get a bite. Probably a reason nobody's fished it, but it's deep under that tree, very, very deep. So it's a bait dropper job, I think. As I say, otherwise I'm going to be fishing top 5, not top 4. Let's put over there anyway. Let's have a little look, see what the Lord is. I've got another section on the pole I could put on, but I don't like doing that. Bloody hell. Let's say it is deep. Let's put it in front of that tree. What we could have done would be Probably could have do with that extra length, and I might need to get that just to get right next to that tree. Let's have a quick look anyway, see if there's anything going to burst into it. That is deep. See what's happening, see if there's anything happening there at all. If you can see, you probably sat at the wrong angle, to be honest. I don't know, let's have a little look. Probably need to be a bit closer to that tree than that to get the fish out of there. That's the only trouble when you're we need to set the old rod up for this. This is going to be uncomfortable if I get that extra section out. So as I say, it goes about 10 foot. He's dragging there something. I don't know what that's dragging, certainly. Whether there's a load of weed there or something. I wasn't expecting it to quite be at that depth. Don't want to be hanging on to my pole like this all day. I'd be... It's a cart pole at the end of the day. It's not a light one. So just have a little flick through. I'm going to put a worm on the nut. Well, just have a quick flick through before I go dumping a load of stuff in there. Things to think about. It's the first fish of the day. I'm not sure. Not sure I'm comfy like this. It's not the actual place where I'm sat. It's just that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to fish at like that for long and catch much like that, to be honest. We might put the waggler up, set the waggler up, I think, and fish at 8 or 9 foot. Yeah, I don't know. Let's keep the bait going anyway. Wow, I'm really surprised at the depth of that over there, to be honest with you. I know I keep on about it. But anyway, we put some bait in it. I'll put a waggler right in front of that tree, I think, in a minute. Let's talk about what we've got in front of us now. I've had a good look around. I've changed to a waggler because I was really struggling with that length of pole and a cheap pole. It's a real struggle, I can tell you. It's like holding a telegraph pole. Anyway, you can see I'm just to the right of that bush where that's going through. That's about 9 foot now. As it runs through there, that's on quite a slope, and it slopes down. So it slopes down to about 10, 11 foot from there. So you can imagine we're on a slope going down under that tree. So whether they're with a root of a tree there or whatever, it goes down deep, it slopes away. I'm not going to be dragging the bottom with my waggler or anything like that, but I'll just do what I'm doing now. You can probably see that, just popping it through the edge of the tree. Not how I wanted to fish today particularly, but here's what it is. We get a few bait casters going over there. We might get something. Actually, if you get over near the bank, it's about 4 foot. So you can imagine coming 2 foot away from the bank. That little section's about 4 foot. It looks to the left that it might be a little bit undercut. I'm no expert, as you know, and I probably talk the biggest load of rubbish ever. But that's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm waggler's set at about 5 foot. I'll keep, it won't be casting like that very much. I'm going to put it in front of the tree, and I'm going to put it behind the tree, see what that does. Going down the bank there. Probably not as useless cast as that. Anyway, you can see what I'm up to. Will we catch anything, or is it going to be a misery? I don't know, we'll see. Well, if I can get him over. There's the first decent fish of the day, I suppose. There we are. That was a dace from under the tree on way up, double caster. So they are there, have arrived. Can I get 3 or 4 pound this afternoon? Would be handy. I've successfully lost a waggler already, as I usually do doing this sort of fishing, to be honest with you. I usually put one in the tree, usually, when I'm trying to mess around and get my bearings. But hey-ho, such is it. I do lose a fair few. So I'm fishing just in front of the tree there. We give it a run through. This is a single caster. Probably got too light a waggler on now, but at least I won't put it into the bush, I suppose. And not really in the right place even. I want it to be a foot or two closer to the bank. Anyway, you can see by the way that float is actually, that's shot at about 6 foot, and that is just dragging that top bank where it ain't moving. So let's recast that. As I say, I'm going to... That's better. That's better. Let's give the old line over a bit. Yeah, so on my last video, everybody was moaning about how I landed the fish and that sort of thing. And did I know how to use the landing net right? Because I used it with the right hand and with, I don't know. It was just the way the landing net was set up. I can land them a little bit better than that, but as I say, when I caught up with the lads the next day, God, I got some stick for that. But hey-oh, at least I got them in. So you can see, if you can see the top of my waggy, what am I hooked on now? There's any trouble down here. You've got a lot of weeds. I'm just in the front of that bush, which is perfect. Whether I should be, see there's a little mooring over there if my camera's any good. As I say, I don't know if this camera's any good. It's froze on me once. I hope it ain't going to be a freezer, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. So I'm just literally in front of that bush now. 6 foot, that's a single caster. I had that dace on a double caster. It's nice to have a bite anyway over there. I've had one little perch on the pole, but I'm just struggling with holding the pole, to be honest with you. It's going to be too much for me. Especially, I'm obviously sinking a little bit in the... I'm obviously sinking a little bit in these weeds as well. Chances of anybody else fishing this peg in these conditions, because the water is quite low at the minute. The water will obviously get up, and so it'll be near enough impossible to fish this peg anyway. So, hey ho. Whether I'm making a mistake or not, I've not got my aqualite hooks on at the minute. Whether that's a mistake or not, I don't know. I'll probably go and bang into a big chub, but I'm confident I can pull him away from them trees a bit. It's not like that peg 16 where you're literally underneath it. If you went up another foot more than I've just cast, you will find that that is really shallowed up there. Be nice to have half a dozen big roach. You see my legs, they are 15, well, about 1.5 meters, my legs, and they're about 1 inch popping up from the mud, from the water. So that's how deep it is. And whether I'll ever get this platform out without a tow truck is another matter. But we'll worry about that at the end of the day. I'll leave the camera on for a bit. Don't want that sun above us really, but we don't want to pour with rain. So, you know, just a bit of cloud cover on that sun would be nice. What else do we know? No roach cup this Sunday for Clanfield. I think I've gone through that already, actually. They've moved it to, well, they had it at Boddington, and then there was no water at Boddington, then they were going to have it at Clanfield, and then, anyway, it's happening at Boddington. As you know, I don't never go there. I'm lazy. Can't be bothered to travel. I like to just pop in my car and 20 minutes down the road, not even that, 15 minutes, and I like to be here fishing. I don't want to be travelling for miles. It looks good. If the chubby are there, it looks good. I couldn't present it better than that particularly. They've got to come up in the water though, that's the only thing I will say, because I'm not nowhere near bottom there. As soon as it comes away from that slope. But these old chub are funny things. Might take a little while, I should think, before they come on the feed. Might be just before dark or whatever. We'll give it till, I don't know, give it till 4:30, 4:45, then I'm going to bugger off, I think. Right, I'll leave it. There we are. First, well, trouble is you've got to stop and get him in the weeds here, which is near impossible. But it's the first chub of the day anyway. He's not a monster. There you are, everybody. I've landed it left-handed. God, what a hero. Anyway, he's not a monster by any means of the imagination. Any stretch of the imagination, not any means of the imagination. Anyway, there you are. Slimmy little chub on the caster under the tree. There you are. He looks like he could do with a bit of food in him, that one. Anyway, we have a chub. Maybe get a bigger one. And there's a third chub of the day. They're not big ones, but at least they're feeding over there, I suppose. Better than they were on Sunday. It's oh. There you are. So if we can get 3 or 4 pound, happy days. Well, the rain's kept off and the wind's kept off for a bit, so it's lovely just sat here. I haven't caught a lot, as you can see, probably half a dozen fish or so, but it's lovely. And the chances of anybody else fishing this peg is pretty much 0. As soon as that water comes up a little bit, it's going to be unfishable, this peg particularly, unless it's got a platform on it. As you can see now, I don't know if you can see my float, it's there anyway. It's next to that bush. The water's, if the river is flowing in the right direction for once. As soon as they open the locks or something like that, it flows correct, but it has been flowing upstream for a little bit, which has been a bit annoying. Well, the top has anyway. Yeah. Not getting a bite of cast or anything like that, but I wouldn't expect to particularly. At least I'm not getting harassed by little bleak and things all the time. It's, you know. I expect if I've stayed here long enough and late enough, they would be on the feed. There we are, we're in now. On camera, we're in anyway. So this probably is a dace. I haven't seen it yet. Oh no, oh, look what it is. Yes it is, look. Lovely dace. That was just at the end of the peg. He's lovely. He goes 3 ounces. What a beaut. Well, I said there was a chub to be had over there, and I got one on. What I did, I shallowed up a little bit actually. So just if I can just stop them going into that trees. Yeah. I haven't got a massive bottom on it because I've been catching a lot of them days, and there's sod's law you'd run into this, but anyway, this would be interesting with all these weeds around. At least we've hooked one. Let's see if I can land him properly for all you landing net freaks who think I'm a bit of a freakoid, landing him in my right hand. So that was just in front of, just to the left of that, right of that bush, sorry. And that was, I think that's about 8 foot to the left and drop down, but I've shorted up. I'm probably about 5 foot. Got to be careful with this. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to get him out of here, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of weeds around. He can soon break me up. Just have to he's in already. He's difficult in it, because look where I am in these bushes here. It's really difficult. It's really difficult to keep it. I'd be surprised if I get this one out, to be honest, because look where I am stood. Oh, I can see him, I can see him, I can see him, I can see him. He's out again. He's out again. Don't. Come on. Oh, he's a good one. He's a good 4+. He's a good one. Where were you Sunday, my friend? In that, no, nowhere to be seen. Trouble is, he's gone right under my feet. Oh, and I can't let the land. Oh God, this is pretty hopeless here. I'm tangled up in my line. Got him. Got him. That was touch and go. Look at that for a beast. Look at that for a beast. That is, that goes, that £5 all day long. All day bloody long. Look at the mouth on him. Happy days. Happy days, my friends. Well, I'm doing all right. Sounds like it's going to be the first boat of the day. What's it going to be? A barge? Are they going to be able to take the corner? Are they going to smash the corner in? Are they going to float away all my gear when they come around the bend? It's a barge. He's going to smash me. He's going to smash into this tree and ruin everything, I should think. Let's have a listen to him. Oh, he's taking it nicely on the inside. Is he going to flood all my gear out with all the... because I'm quite high up in the box. Here goes. He's the first one today. Oh, it's well taken. He's not going to hit the bush. It looks like he's got a few scrape marks on. He's been a warrior. No, it's a good drone. Well, afternoon. That was a no eye contact boat of that one. Didn't want to make any contact with you at all. That's the first one I've seen anyway. Looks like he's been boating for a little while, so he hasn't mucked the swim up. A lot of the time when they come round, they're at that bank. You can see all that bank. We've watched them so many times stuck on this corner. Anyway, happy days. Hope it doesn't mess it up. I've only got about another hour anyway, so still at it. It's 20 to 4. Got another hour maybe. Let's you know I love to fish the old dendrobina head, so let's fish a dendrobina head now. See if they are really wanted it. Yes. No fish since that last chub. But if I only catch that one today, I'll be happy. The water's, well, the float's moving the right way. The water, top of the water isn't obviously flowing differently underneath the top. But let's see if they're interested in a little bit of tickle of a little bit of a worm right down the edge of that bush. Not that I've had anything down the edge of that bush particularly. But just let it run there for a little bit anyway. Keep the camera on for a second, just in case we sinks into one. I'm going to try. I don't know if I got any what I got in here. Might try a little bit of meat over there as well, actually. The old lovely meat. If I can catch one, I know I've got a few cubes in here, some spicy stuff or other. We shall see. Let's give it a couple of runs with the old worm, just in case. Not a sniffle. I could do with a slightly heavier float on, I think. I'm really struggling when the wind gets up to get over there. I mean, that's okay, but there ain't no wind at the minute. All right, that's a killing zone. Let's see if we can have one. Let's give a few little casters over there, not too many. Let's see. Come on, baby. Let's sink you. That's flowing nicely. That is heading straight for that bush. That is. That's beautiful. That should be sinking about now. You never know with these old chub whether they're going to be in a pack or whether they're going to be on their own or whether they've moved on. You just don't know. That's what makes them so much fun to catch. Now, I'd have thought if there was a few chubby there, they'd be interested in that worm. Oh, that's the old moor hen. He was about half a pound when we started this session. He's about 2 stone now. He's put on a lot of weight. He's been eating well over there. There he comes out. You can just see him on the right hand side of the bush, picking up all the casters that have hit the far bank there. Oh, that was a touch. That was a touch. Oh, Jibby. What's up with you? Useless. Too quick. Got too excited. Let's put him over there again. Oh, that's a better one. Now that worm has just hit the far bank and coming in on itself. So if that makes any sense. So that is a good cast. If they're going to get one, that'll be on that. Come on. Come on. Stick it around that tree. Don't know whether that boat's gone through a lock down there, whether he'd got, or whatever. He's probably got to Rushy Lock about now, so that might be why we're having a little bit of a flow on the river. If it flowed like this all the time, it'd be absolutely lovely. Look at that float pushing through there. Pushing through there, but not a snivel on it that time. Got overexcited on the last run through. Just let him run down there a little bit, see if there's anything hanging about. You never know. You never know, because it shallows up there a fair bit. Must have been a big tree in here at some stage. Left a big hole. Okay, I'll turn you on in a bit. So I'm testing out this GoPro. I just put a little bit of meat on there. We just put that over there. That's the first cast with the meat today. A bit of spicy sausage or something like that it is. I haven't fed no meat over there. I'm not expecting anything, but you never know. There might be a little hungry chub over there. Be interested in it. Not fed any of it, so I'm not expecting it, but you never know. It's just creeping into that bush. Just creeping along the front edge of it now. Hope you can see that. Wish this wind would just die down just a little bit more. Just give me a little bit of bow in the line that I don't like. Oh, there you are, boys. We got one on the meat. You wanted to see it? We got one. Oh, he's a goer. Right over there, right under the bush. Now he's over here. The first bit of meat through. In fact, that's the first one I've had on the bloody meat this season. I used to fish it all the time. All like a nice bit of spicy sausage. Let's get him out the weeds. Let's get him out. Come on, don't go in there, you bastard. Pardon my friend. It's going to be a problem here. Oh, because he's gone straight in there. I can't get to him really. That is the problem. Oh dear. And it's exciting. But as I say, he looks like he's going to snag me this one. I'll let him loose. What should I do? Tell me in the messages, what should I do? He's gone straight into these rushes. I can't yank him out because he's gone straight in there. Has he done me? You bugger. Oh well, if he does, we'll put the meat up and we'll go again at it. We're obviously sat under that. Bush, waiting for something a bit more appetising to come along. I don't think I'm going to get this one out. He's right done me on these. What should we do? Give him a bit of line? Let's give him a bit of line then. See where he goes. See if he swim out. Got to be brave to do this. Let's leave him off there for a bit. Let's let the line loose. Come on, baby. Come on out. Got no way of stopping him, you see. Not with this amount of weed around. Trouble is with them chub. They let's leave the bail arm off. Let's give the feed go. Trouble with them chub, they transfer your hook to a weed in a blink of an eye. I've had it done so many times. I'll say he might come out there. I doubt if he will. He's too them rushes where they're like that. So if I can't get in there, well, I think I'll bloody. If I try and go over the top here, I'll just sink in it. That's too deep, too dangerous. Let's see. Oh, there you go. He's off. There you are. Interesting. But anyway, we reset up and we'll put the meat over there again because they're obviously over there. Let's try it with one of my famous aqualite hooks. Right, let's have another one through. Let's put the meat on. Let's keep the feed going in, the caster. Let's have a look, see if we can get another one. I don't care what anybody says. If them chub charge like that, you cannot stop them. Especially them rushes there. Oh, they get tangled in them. They bust you up every time. But anyway, let's get some bigger hooks on. Let's see if they're about their feeding now. We're into the last half hour or so. It's going right there. Let's see. Or if well, I hope he don't bring swim back and tell his mates not to bite. But that's running through nicely now, just where I'd expect it to be. They're obviously led under that tree, picking off the casters that go by. I caught a lot the other year off catching them like that on the waggler. Loads of them the other year. Not so happened since, really. I had just a funny spell of it. Nothing special I was doing, just cubes of meat on the waggler and bang, away they went. That's running through there good now. The lock must be open. They can't. There we are, that's a good cast. Let's hopefully I'll be a bit better. Let's see if that float just sinks. Probably a good time to try corn. I haven't got any corn with me. I didn't bring a massive lot of bait with me for that afternoon session, to be honest with you. Trickle it around the edge of that bush. You can do that when the water's flowing. Stop it in the tree even. There you are. Let's see if it goes there. See if there's anything going to take that now. Here's another boat. How's the battery doing on the GoPro? Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Be interesting to see what the picture's like on this. What boat's this going to be, everybody? Is it going to How are they going to manage around this corner? Let me get my meat back in. Might put a couple of dendrobina heads on this after this boat buggers off. See if I can get them. See if I can get them tempted on it. Will they be communicating to me or not, these boat people? Or are they going to give me a snub? Depends what they're like. There you go. The Black Prince. Afternoon. You all right? Good. Yeah, the big difference between them and the last bloke, these boys are on holiday. It's a holiday boat. They're happy to be out and about. The other bloke, he obviously lives on it, he's miserable. But anyway, happy days. Oh well, probably my last run through tonight. I got to go home, I've got to walk the dog. I've got to make some tea, I've got to get ready for tomorrow. All that sort of stuff. And it soon gets dark, it's about 4:30. Time I get packed up. We'll have a look at the fish before I go. But let's just weigh that chub. I think you can probably see the other small bits and pieces. Let's just weigh this old chub in a bit, see what we got. Because he's going to go a good, I reckon he's going to go a good 410 maybe, something like that. Let's get the old 413 he weighs, so hope you appreciate that. There you are. What a beaut, what absolute beaut, all on the caster. I'll go and pop him back in and then I'll come back for the rest. There you are, there's the other little bits, a few chubbies and bits and pieces. Nothing there. Let's have a look, see what they weigh. £1.10, so that gives you some little bits and pieces there, chubby and some dace, all on the caster. Right, I'm going to put you on my chest now. I know you'll like it. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, or give us a thumbs down if you don't, like most of the people do when they're looking at my videos. But hey ho, you keep watching them, so we keep putting them out. Right, this is going to be the most interesting bit of all, because somehow I got to get my platform out. This is going to be interesting. Let's go for it. Could go arse over tit. I can see the end of it there, you can see the end there. I can't stand on it to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Should have tied some string on it or something. Right. This is ridiculously stupid. Come on. Got one end up, what the other? Got it, I got it. Can't believe it. Oh my God. Oh Jesus, I don't want to bend all the legs. Before I go in. There we are. And that actually, I'll just say I can't see anybody getting that. Oh my God. then I passed the bloody river. You can see how we, so there you are, that went down a metre in the mud and weeds. That come up easier. Oh, still not got him out. Easier than I thought it was going. I was going to be in trouble. Thank you guys. Don't give up on Clanfield. Just pick your time you come. You will catch. Yeah. Till the next video, everybody. Oh my God. Oh, Christ almighty. And that's why I go through platforms like nobody's business. Right, there it is, everyone. Peg 70. One more look. 8 foot to the right, 10 foot in the middle. Goes up to about 6 foot on the left hand side. The big chub caster on the right just before the bush. The littler stuff just past the bush, double caster. Only fishing at about 4 foot on a waggler. And obviously we lost one chub in the weeds on the meat right in the middle of the bush. It's been a pleasure, boys. Thanks for watching. See you by the bank.